Welcome everyone to What's Up on Swunger Games. We are happy to be here on your 7 p.m. Saturday night. I'm one of your hosts, Ella. I also go by Phantom Victor because I'm a past Victor. I'm also, I guess, the Swazinen's wife and your host here. There's so many other things I could title myself, but we don't need to do that. And I'll hand you off to my other co-host.
Hi guys, this is Mimi. I'm back and we're back this week. The games are done. The games just finished last night, unbeknownst to everyone who thought we were going to go for another couple days. We ended up finishing the games early. Just wanted to get this out of the way real quick. The views and opinions expressed in the podcast are those of the podcast hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Taylor University or its art, film, and media department. So, we have two new guests today. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Ben Wright. Salutations. Good to be back on the air. I don't know if you noticed, but I do a cosplay every time I'm on a show, and I figured I've made the case before that I'm the Alistair of Swunger Games. So,
Nice one.
anyways, I'm Ben Wright. I've done plenty of shows on here, and this is like my first time actually guesting on a show. So this is the first semester I've not done a radio show at Taylor. So I'm glad to be back.
And what do you do in the games?
Let's see. So my main role right now is I am Gunzu, the arms dealer of the capital's underbelly. So it's been going pretty great. I actually didn't really deal that many arms for the 5th Swunger Games, but it was more than I did for the 4th, and I was actually planning to do that bit then, but it's a little harder when also everyone is already fighting and stuff. But I got to give people a few guns. Maybe you, Mimi. I gave you a Nerf pistol at the start of the games, and that was pretty much it.
You did.
But it was still a fun time.
It was.
Yeah.
We did do some fun challenges.
Imagine being a tribute. Although I guess only one of you here is a tribute.
All right, and Haley, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Haley Straub. My Swunger Games nickname is Strike, because I strike fear in the hearts of my enemies, and also because I'm a film major, and strike is a term that you yell on set when you turn on a very bright light, so my friends picked that nickname because it's like what I do in the games, and also because what I do in real life. So I was a tribute last time in the 4th Swunger Games, but right now I'm coming to you live from my internship in Los Angeles. I was not on campus this semester, so I couldn't be in the 5th Games, sadly. I have my swords hanging on the wall. I very much missed it. And let's see, what else do? I do the daily recap videos. I'm the editor for those. I got approached by someone. I don't remember who it was.
I think it was Heidi.
During the 4th Swunger.
Probably
Might
Heidi.
have been. I don't remember. But someone during the 4th Swunger Games was like, "Hey, you're a film major, so you know how to do editing. Would you like to edit the daily recap videos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So even though I didn't participate this time, I have still been editing the videos, and the videos are basically the only information I've been getting from the Swunger Games. It's been very interesting to piece things together.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're very thankful for Haley, who is our capital personnel, right, who does our media, as you said, the recap videos. And the way she gets the videos is just a drive folder that has all the most unhinged videos with zero editing put in there, and then Haley has to suffer going through the whole thing. I know I submitted videos last night that took me 30 minutes just to submit them.
Oh no.
And then so Haley has to go through all of them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, usually it's not that bad because I look through the videos. I can usually tell by the time of day that it is or who's fighting. I can figure out what order they go in. But a couple days ago, might have been for day 10 or day 11, it took me half an hour just rearranging sections, trying to figure out what order things went in. It was the day that was bring a treat to Josiah, because multiple people were going to Rupp at the same time and leaving and going back to Rupp and then fighting and then chasing and then having a conversation. And I was trying to be like, what order does this go in? You can't go off of when it was uploaded because people upload things out of order. I'm pretty sure I got it right, but now the canon version is whatever's online, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
That's how we do it. Build the history book, right?
I am the history book.
The internet archive of these events that's going to be there forever is definitely interesting. And
Not to
this
mention the fact that we'll have a wiki soon.
I
Like,
forgot that we're gonna have a wiki.
so on our
We're gonna have a
website,
wiki?
yeah,
Apparently.
on the website we've added a feature that's like a Wikipedia for Swunger Games. We should call it Swikipedia. I don't know, Swungopedia. Sorry. But yeah, so we've already uploaded. It's like a lot of art right now, but it's everyone has like a character name in there, and then they'll have entries that are associated to them. So
I
wiki.
need to give myself some angsty lore.
Yeah.
Please do. Everyone needs lore. It'll be so fun.
I came up with a backstory, but it's so mysterious, so I can't tell you.
You're a
Of
pure
course.
strategy now.
Pure strategy.
It's so fun.
Wow.
Yes, the capital bombs. I was defeated by Ella in the second or the fourth games. Defeated by Ella, so just like another character I'm thinking of, immediately went over after the one person I couldn't take in a fight. Immediately defeated. So, anyways, I got just blown up by capital bombs, but I got transformed into a being of pure strategy, and then I was briefly a capital peacekeeper super soldier.
Yeah, you were.
I'm so proud of that JTERM event because my goal was I wanted to ruin one at least Swunger Games or event thing by being too powerful, and the game maker specifically made it so only the rebels had a win condition, but we still had to reset twice because I was able to take out everyone with my machine gun. So
Because the entire point of the whole J term was just to do a regime change of power.
We
And
tried so
We
hard.
tried so hard. Us rebels apparently are not good fighters when it comes to a giant gun pointed at you when it's revving up and you guys
Yeah,
just
to be
There's
fair,
no cover.
to be fair,
There was no
machine gun
cover.
versus a bunch of swords is not a hard fight to win, but still I got to be so powerful I had to be defeated through dubious canonicity, so I'm cool with it. It was great to do that.
Yeah.
So then after the regime change, I guess I was ousted from my position at the Capitol, and I'm now in the Capitol underbelly, just chilling and being shady and stuff and smuggling guns, Nerf guns, but
Yeah. I will say, you were the first person to ever make it to the finale using only guns and no melee.
That's very
Yes.
impressive.
No one
Yeah.
else has done that.
this is such a melee focused event, but I guess I've made guns so iconic to my fighting style that it's all right, well of course Ben Wrights has to have the guns, he's Gunzoo.
It's also just impressive because the amount of people you're going against that had shields primarily is usually what makes guns so useless, is that they just bounce off shields, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you made it work.
Yeah.
You and everyone fear you.
Only one person in the 5th games had a shield. And he died
Ah.
he died so hard.
Poor Eli.
Eli, my ally to the very end in the fourth games.
Rip.
I was trying to contact him before midnight. I was like, hey Eli, I know you need to fight someone. I've got a sniper rifle. Do you need it? But it was too late by that point.
I cannot.
He died 5 times over in the makeshift finale that Matthew and I created that originally wasn't going to be the finale, that then turned into the finale.
It had to be.
It had to be.
There was too much going into that day to not end up with a victor.
Yeah.
Because when two people take themselves out of the game and are like, we're going to rig the entire thing so that the people have to fight tonight, yes, then you have the finale. You just have to.
Yeah.
Which, go Autumn and Keldon for that. That helped.
Because otherwise, I don't know what would have happened if they hadn't taken themselves out. It would have just been a constant stalemate until you forced us all together.
Yeah. Well, us game makers were getting really tired of the lack of fighting. And so, I mean, the way we forced the kind of finale was that you would lose 3 hit points
If you didn't.
if you didn't fight by midnight. And one of those tributes only had 2 hit points left. So we were like, you're going to die, bro. Either way, you have to. Fictional death. So it just had to happen, right? And I was so fed up that I was like, guys, we need to do a fire mechanic, which I wanted to introduce to the next games, where if you're in a safe zone, and I proposed this to the other game makers, we just didn't get a chance to use it because, like, when is everyone free at the same time? But it would be, if you're in a safe zone, you take damage for every, like, hour or something you're in it. And then, so you physically have to get outside and be in, like, an unsafe zone, or it's like worse than staying in a safe zone.
So wait, are we just not allowed to sleep in our rooms anymore? Because rooms are so
Yup.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
We probably wouldn't do it, like, overnight. Y'all can sleep. We value sleep, but also fight for us, please.
Some mix of that and mutts would do so much damage to all of the tributes.
You're so lucky. Nick and I were going to be sent into the fight, and I was like, yes! And then we didn't. So, speaking of all that and the finale and whatnot, we have our outcome, right?
Yeah, we have the outcome. So, the victor of the 5th biannual Swunger Games is Matthew!
Woo! The Canary.
The
It's
Canary.
about time, after like 4 games.
This is only the second time a man has ever won the games.
In his defense, we've only had 3 victors. And 2 of those are men. I feel like the women are the ones lacking in that scenario.
No, you're so right. Because one of them was the rebellion.
Yeah, one of them was Rebellion. One of them was
Autumn.
Berries.
One of them was technically Autumn and Keldon, but they buried.
They both lost.
And then we've had the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, women pull up, you know.
Girlies,
Hey, I'm trying, okay?
come win the next one. I won't be here. Come win it.
Yeah, Haley, come win.
Yeah.
Absolutely win the next one.
As you should. As you should.
Be
Take back the
terrifying.
games. In the society that ultimately is a matriarchy.
Yeah. You know what's so unfair is Nick Swaziland simply because I couldn't be? Is this truly like a is it a patriarchy instead of a matriarchy, and we're just like, nah, women. No.
Wow.
It's whatever we want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. In our fictional world.
Swanem.
Swanem. Swanem?
Swanem? I don't know.
Swanem?
I
Swanem?
think it's Swanem.
I
'cause
think it's Swanem.
Oh, wait. It is Swanem.
Swanem.
Because it's Panem.
Swanem.
So it is Swanem.
How do you get swan?
The
Wrong
first
bird.
lady
Wrong
cannot
bird.
pronounce her own country's name.
I think Swanem sounds better than Swanem.
It doesn't have to sound good.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
I feel like it does. This is a fictional world where we like go and fight each other and fight to the death. We should have a good
SW
name.
in front of everything. None of it sounds right. All of it's just putting SW instead of the first 1 to 2 letters of a word.
Sweet swabby. Swin. I can't. Swin swat.
Are we sweating
Swab-
right now?
I'm Swan.
It's so swover.
Swame. Swover.
Swow.
It's so swover. We're so swack.
This is how, to quote one of my friends,
Swanky cupcakes.
we are swats up with swats up, Swunger Games, Swatters, Swat 7.
That's
Swabby
WDTUR.
Swabbies.
Swabby.
Wait. Swabby-U-T. Wouldn't it just be Swabby-U-T-U-R?
Yes.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what
That's what I
it
had to
is.
say. Swabby
On the
UTUR.
Swadio, it's a Swadio.
Okay, let's get back on topic.
This is in a dystopian universe where nobody speaks real grammar anymore.
Everyone has.
Okay.
Swammer
has a
now.
little bit of a-
New challenge for the next games.
Oh.
You have to speak like an entire period of time with the Swabbies.
One word per
a
sentence.
swangwich.
Swangwich.
How long can you speak in Swunger Games swangwich?
Yeah.
Swing-
Swaking
Swinge.
sweater.
Why will we do that to ourselves? Okay.
Because
person has an hour of trying to squeak and swab use.
Guys, I think we need to get Swack on
Yes.
Swan Tent.
Yeah. Okay. So, outcome of the games. How did we even
I'm
get
not kidding.
there?
I'm not kidding. I think that would like boost our viewer count by like 2.5 million.
Oh, I bet you. So
Okay.
that was the outcome of the games.
Oh, yeah.
Has
Matthew,
everyone
Phantom
reviewed the footage
Canary.
if you weren't there?
I have actually not. Fraud alert. But
How dare.
Be honest, I didn't go
the
through any of the
scandal.
footage yesterday.
Look, I'm just chilling. I see there's only 2 videos on the OneDrive. I blink. There is 7 more videos in there, and it's like, get to Cornwall. There's a winner. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Cornwall.
Seen the videos.
Campbell, not Cornwall.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. You can't record audio, so you can't check what I said. That's definitely not how this works. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
This will be put on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Ooh, these episodes should be on the flash drive next year for the Capital Secrets.
Yes.
Embarrassing moments.
Uh,
Yeah.
There's a funny story behind the flash drive. I pitched a plot line to Heidi only to find out it was already happening.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
I don't know how much
this.
detail I can go into.
Funny little fake ships of characters that aren't real. So fun.
Yes.
We love our Swunger Games
Ships.
personas.
Personas, yeah.
Schwips.
Personas.
Haley, what were you saying?
Yeah.
I was saying that I have seen the footage, but I have not edited the video yet. So once again, I don't know what order it goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. My folders should be in order if that helps.
Yeah, that's helpful.
I mean, okay, the actual folders themselves are not. The things in the folders are. But the
Yeah.
names
Yes.
should give you clues.
And that's very helpful. Thank you.
Hey, you're doing great, though. Ella over here has, like, 3 recap day emails that I have to write. And I feel like editing a video is so much harder than writing an email.
Especially since sometimes you gave us an email and it was recap. Some of you got water, and that was the entire recap.
That was all you guys did that day.
We did one challenge.
They literally, all they did that day, and the only thing in the both video recap, I believe, and in the email recap is just people getting water. And I was like, I can't.
That was legit. We did nothing else.
The Capitol is bored, guys.
Hopefully mine was at least semi-entertaining.
The part where you got in the car because you were like, I'm not walking. Who's walking? Immediately followed by, I can't find anyone on campus. You would think when we're all walking to get water, you would see people, but no.
No. No, anytime that I had to go across campus for these challenges, I took my car. I was not about to walk. It was too hot outside to walk at that point. I was not dealing with it.
At least, okay, I have to say, it was nice weather this games compared to last spring.
True.
When, like, I was freezing my butt off outside of Metcalf trying to wait to ambush someone, and I'm, like, shivering. Like, literally, it's, like, snowing. It was
I
awful.
remember that. It snowed in April, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
With the water one, I didn't get this on camera, but it was really funny. I had just dropped the water off to Josiah, and on my way back to Campbell to park my car, I pass Autumn and Keldon in the other car. I rolled out my window, like, wave at them.
Oh my God.
Keep going, and I just hear Autumn screaming, Mimi, what?
So many unhinged moments. I love it.
It was great. But yeah, the finale.
Right. First, wow, the entire second week,
The
I think
entire
only
second week.
one tribute died until,
No one died
last
the
day.
first week.
yeah, no one died the first week, which was really painful.
Then Alicia died
Poor
in
Alicia.
a massive betrayal setup. I betrayed her and set her up.
And nobody told me about it.
And
My bad.
sorry.
I
And,
meant to.
yeah.
Hey, can you put all the tributes death canon pictures in the video recap, Haley?
I mean, I could, but I'd have to know exactly when everyone died.
You just have to put their picture up and be like dead. Everyone except for Matthew.
Dead as heck. And yeah.
So no one died in the first week.
No one died in the first week.
Us game makers were getting really bored.
Alicia died at the beginning of the second week.
Poor Alicia. And then it was
then nothing happened until last night.
Not even like challenges were being completed. People were just like, I hide. I try to fight someone. I hide again.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
That was it. We did nothing. We did 1 or 2 challenges, but in reality, it wasn't anything. We did a photo shoot for that, like, for the drive challenge. Heidi and I did that photo shoot.
Swunger Games. Oh, I can't. I keep trying to say photo shoots. I'm not even trying to do it at this point. It's just my brain is trying to start doing it. But yeah, we love Swunger Game photo shoots.
Unhinged.
They are unhinged.
Capital propaganda.
Yeah, we love propaganda.
We love propaganda.
There was such a lack of propaganda in this game.
We had no propaganda.
Oh,
Yeah. I asked to do a challenge that was like literally just we want propaganda.
Yeah, like fourth games, we had a challenge for that of like make propaganda, and then people did it.
There was so much propaganda in the fourth games.
And then we had none in this games. I will say everyone got nicknames / new nicknames.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. What are all the new nicknames?
We have our beloved Possum became Widow.
Yeah.
To complete her like love story arc with her husband.
I got Wildcard.
Yeah, that was
because
a fun
I kept doing random things.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did. Keeping it interesting for the capital. What did Alicia get?
Personally, I like Jester best for her.
I agree.
I feel like she was just there to entertain.
Yeah, we have Jester.
Also made me think of like Shakespearean fools.
True.
Anyway.
I think Eli got the new gen.
Is that? I don't know if that's not. If it's.
I don't think Eli's had a nickname picked yet.
I
know Eli was Joey because he was a little baby possum.
Yeah.
But he needs a new one. I liked Gazelle.
Mm-hmm.
I liked. I'm not looking at it, so I don't know.
Keldon has a lot of
options.
I have an idea for Eli actually. Has anyone here played Halo? Do you know
I know vaguely.
Do you know like there's this enemy called the Jackal? They're this like alien, and they carry like a shield and a pistol, and that was like kind of like Eli's like he had the shield and the pistol. So I don't know. Jackal also kind of like a scavenger character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Idea.
Cool. You can suggest it.
Yeah, I should do this for the proper channels.
Yeah. You should probably do this through the proper channels.
It's almost like we have a Discord where we are able to establish all this stuff and keep record of it and propose things. What? Who thought of that?
Wild. Yeah.
Woo. Imagine working out of a group me. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
We do not need to do that again. Yeah. And then there was nothing, and then finally it was... Oh, what was it? Matthew and I decided that we just needed to fight someone, and someone needed to die. And then Lydia told me that Autumn and Keldon were going to fight to the death on Friday night, either way. So they were going to kill each other. And then Matthew scheduled a duel with Autumn. But the duel was really a cover-up to get Eli and I there. But it was also a cover-up on Matthew's part for he and Eli to come kill me.
Yeah.
Because everyone was betraying each other at this point.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I got a text in the Discord, like an official submission thing at like noon that like this is like you guys fought at 11:15 p.m., right? This was 11 hours before that, and I got a text message from Autumn that was like, hey, Keldon and I are dead. We killed each other. We've like taken ourselves out of this game and are going to do like an epic love story video, which I still have not watched, and I feel like I've robbed myself of not watching it yet.
I need to watch this then.
Right? Autumn showed me like the first 3 seconds, and I was like, this is amazing. Anyway, But so she told me that, right? And she was like, please don't tell anyone. Make sure that like the other tributes don't know. And then she sent a follow-up message that was like, Matthew's going to text you and ask if I'm dead. You are allowed to tell him. And I was like, okay. And then like not 2 seconds later, I get a text from Matthew that's like, hey, are Autumn and Kelton alive? And I was like, no, they are not. Don't tell anybody. And then when you and Eli were standing in Rupp waiting for like the cue to attack, and Nick came up, I was so worried that Nick had found out that Autumn and Keldon were already dead and was going to spoil it. And I was like, no, I need them to fight.
It was mostly a Nick coming up to me and being like, hey, you know, he's going to betray you, right? And I'm like, I know. I'm betraying him.
That's the whole point.
We're all betraying each other. What
should
do
be
you
betraying
mean?
each other.
What do you mean? The whole point was we're all going to betray each other. And as soon as Autumn and Keldon were dead, we're betraying each other. And you know what? They've been dead all day. So you know what we've been doing all day? Betraying each other.
It is true. I was like, oh my gosh. We need this to happen.
Yeah.
This finale has to happen now.
I just didn't want Autumn and Keldon to win again.
Yeah. I think that was the vibe for most of the games. Just in general.
Yeah.
Which, poor Autumn, she really did try to retire this game.
She really did. She just didn't do it well, apparently.
Well, she didn't do well in the third or the fourth games either.
Yeah.
So here we are. But
she has a track record of not being trusted, of not like being trustworthy, and then it bites her in the back.
In her defense, she's trustworthy as a tribute. She's not trustworthy as I was gonna say as a person, which is
Wow.
not in any way true.
Oh,
She's not
shady.
trustworthy as someone who's going into the game.
She's not
okay?
trustworthy
Like,
as a tribute, but she's trustworthy outside of that.
No. Because
Is it just you don't know her plans long term is like the thing like in the Swunger Games when she's a tribute? Like maybe short term, like you're doing an
No.
ambush. You can trust her then, but maybe long term it's like, oh, but she's gonna betray me. I don't know why I'm
Sorta.
saying this, because like fourth games, like you know, you guys were allies to the end, and what do you mean?
that's
she
my
did-
point. When Autumn picks someone to be loyal to, she will remain loyal.
She's got an agenda.
And
Maybe that's
she
the
can-
thing with Autumn.
yeah.
I don't know.
And so she does everything for her own, like, outcome, right? And so
Yeah.
you can trust her, and she's a very trustworthy tribute, so long as you're the person she's actually, like, fully loyal to. Like, when she betrayed me,
Which would have been chill, but then Keldon became her only, like, main loyalty.
yeah. I'm so glad Keldon was not on the fourth games, because that was the only way I had Autumn on my side.
Yeah.
Because she was loyal to Lydia, right? And was how the entire second games went.
Mm-hmm.
And she remained loyal to the very end. It was only because Lydia stood out first that she had
Yeah.
the ending. And then in the third games, who was it? She was just really loyal to herself at that point. And then the rebellion happened, and I do not at this point blame her for the rebellion. She didn't have a choice in that. She kind of got roped in. And then in the fourth game, she was loyal to me to the very end. So it's like, she's trustworthy as a tribute.
Yeah.
You just never know when she's gonna come back to bite you as like a pretending to be a sponsor and then joins as a tribute, and you're like, no, stop it. Stop it.
No.
Yeah.
To bonk.
You said that Lydia didn't do good in the third and fourth games, and I just would like to say, I think, or not Lydia, sorry, Autumn. What am I doing here? You said Autumn didn't do good in the third and fourth games, and like fourth games, well, I'm just gonna make the case that Autumn was second place in the fourth games. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
good,
she was.
and I have no other biases as third place in the games of saying someone did good if they're in the top three. I don't know what you're talking about.
The previous games, the people who got to the finale was really weird. Because the second games was just Swefugees at that point. And Dayton, or I can't remember all the different names we call them. It was just a different like name starting in D every day. But he made it simply because he was one of the engineer people who were hiding, except he wasn't hiding. He was like the only one of the engineers that wasn't hiding. So he made it all the way to the finale with like a powered up gun. It was like a chicken gun, right? Like one of it was like that chicken Nerf gun, but it did like 3 points of damage every single hit. So he got pretty far because of that, and then the rest were refugees, right? So they all had their alliance, which is why they got so far in the games, and they just eliminated people who were not a refugee. So the outcome, I guess, for the second games, the people who went to the finale, was kind of rigged. And then the third game's, rebellion. So I feel like that was slightly rigged too. And then the fourth games was purely just picking off alliances.
Yeah.
It was 2v2. I was so worried. Because Kay said she was going to step out, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was going to be at the beginning of the finale.
Yeah.
And, completely, I was like, girl, you could at least hit them once or twice before you die. And she was like, nah, I won't. Kay, no.
They said, start, because I was filming her. And they said, start. And she said, I say down with the capital, and I die.
Yeah,
she was doing her and threw her sword down.
She did her dramatic death speech while the fight started. So she just has it going on in the background while she's like.
Nobody heard her.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
I love it.
There's a video of it somewhere, but
yeah,
you know,
I uploaded the video.
But yeah, I was so nervous you were gonna kill me, Ben.
Oh,
I was
man.
like one hit away from dying.
I mentioned this to Heidi and Nick. I worry I am like, okay, this is gonna be. I feel like if I'm here too long, it's gonna become about the fourth games. I know we're gonna do an episode on that later, I imagine, since this is supposed to be the fifth one. But very briefly, I told Heidi and Nick, I fear that I might have been Potential Man, which is like this one meme of like, oh yeah, this person could have like done all these crazy feats. Because there's like 3 different reasons, like, oh, what if like my huge Nerf gun was working? What if my other Nerf gun didn't jam? What if I actually like successfully pulled off the counter ambush? What if, and also the fact that what if I had actually known how the barrier worked and not how the explosives worked? Because it was pretty close.
It's almost like we yelled it like 3 times.
It was so funny. It was like one footstep and I was dead. And I thought
That
this
is
was
how
like
the bombs work.
I thought this was like Fortnite Storm for some reason. I thought like there was like a not immediate death, but no, it was instant death.
You start losing points like every few seconds.
Yeah, I thought there was maybe a warning period. I didn't realize like one wrong step and I instantly lose.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
To be fair, we were all saying, hey, get in the middle, get in the middle. Everything else is not safe. We were saying that for a good 30 seconds to a minute. And then we said, all right, it's all not safe now. And everyone closed in, and then you stepped
To
back
be fair,
out.
okay, it wasn't stepped back.
He was dodging a spear.
When Ella is coming at you with a spear, every instinct of muscle memory is going to tell you go backwards right now.
Yeah.
So this is a strategic failure on my part.
It was.
And a success on someone else's part. So. Yeah, and then the last thing was like that. Apparently, I talked to Vaughn. She's like, "Yeah, I was at 2 hit points at the end there." And I talked with Ella, and she's like, "Yeah, I was at 2 hit points at the end there. I was at 13." And it was something like 11 or 13, or no.
Bombs are 13.
No, it was 11.
Now.
It was 11 because I went in with 13 because I went in with full health to the final battle.
Yeah.
And then Kay was specifically keeping track of my hits, and she was like, "Yeah, you only got hit twice. You're at 11 health." So
if you hadn't stepped back, you would have won.
I had,
won.
and
That's crazy.
I also got that far with basically just pistols because my machine gun jammed within 2 magazines.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So pistols and a shield. So it's oh man, there's so many opportunities. But it was still a good
your
performance.
Gun broke.
The funny thing was at first I thought there was some issue of it jamming the batteries. I hadn't used it in a while. Which pro tip: if you have your ultimate final weapon you've been saving for the final battle, do not test it out 30 minutes before the final battle. Do it way beforehand. Because I thought the batteries were broken on it, but no, I loaded it wrong, which is way more embarrassing than thinking, it was broken,
Sun Tzu's one moment of failure
Yes,
was not.
See, if I'd reread The Art of War
doing
that
The
day,
Art
I
of
would have
War.
won. That was my issue there.
Ooh, that was your mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common mistake, really. If I had brought the book with me, then the Ara farming would have been
Just start
successful.
hitting people with the book.
If it was just a shield,
No, turn.
Hear me out.
Take your
Bubble
shield
wrap.
and paint it.
Take a shield and paint it with the art.
I get a roll of duct tape and just have it as a chest plate.
I mean, okay. People don't realize that any weapon is technically allowed so long as you test it on a game maker. Like, you could fully bring... I had one tribute who, I was telling her potential tribute, and that she could use anything, and she was like, what about a rubber chicken? And I was like, please do. Use a rubber chicken.
Incredible.
And, like, so you could use a pillow. We've had a metal pole that's had duct tape at the ends of it, like, just balls.
I asked Tiny, because I had drawn...
You're not letting the metal pole come back.
I did henna on my hands shortly before we started, and it was just a picture of an eye on my palm. And I asked one of the game makers, if I hit somebody with the eye on my palm, can that count and do damage? And she's like,
psychic
try
damage.
it. So then I hit the game maker, like, full palm, just hit her like 5 times. And she was like, no.
I've shot Heidi with so many weapons. It's so funny. It's like, hey, Heidi, I have a giant machine gun. She's like, yes, you can shoot that.
She's like, do you want to shoot me with it?
Yeah, hey, Ben, you have the sniper rifle. Let's test that out. And I'm like, okay, I've got the shotgun. Yep. And then the very funny thing is the one weapon I tested out that did not make the full pass was I had this, like, very flimsy plastic, like, sword. And I tested it on Heidi. Actually, I don't think I tested it. She just took a look, and she was like,
plastic is painful.
Yeah. She was like, you need to get that wrapped in duct tape, just for safety reasons. I'm like, okay. So I did that. I wrapped it in my supply of duct tape, which I used to make cardboard holsters to put Nerf guns in. So I did that. It was a little tricky to put it back in the sheath, but it was good enough. And then the one time I used a sword in a fight in Swunger Games, it broke. No. It was like, it got hit by one thing, and it was just the most flimsy weapon imaginable. So it was very funny, the one weapon that was not, like, allowed in its current state ended up breaking.
That's why we usually, like, the people with experience who have been in the games multiple times will look for specifically foam weapons that are not LARP grade.
Yeah.
Because LARP grade weapons are much, like, less painful than the ones we use, right? Like, there's specific regulations, but we do not abide by those rules.
Put some really dense foam on top of a metal pole, and we'll swing that at each other.
or Haley, who had the wood. What did you have? Was it wood sticks? Like, you turn into swords and then put noodles on it?
The Forest Games cornucopia with 2 wooden rods that I got from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hadn't, like, read the instructions, so I didn't know they wouldn't be allowed. And so the next day I got some pool noodles and put them on them, and now they're legal.
Yeah, and that's how it works.
Nothing like a wood stick with a pool noodle around it to make something legal. Whack. I think that would hurt so badly. I can't imagine, like, okay, it's wrapped in a pool noodle, right? But how much protection could a pool noodle possibly give a wooden stick?
I think the pool noodle...
Here's the thing. What, sorry?
Go for it.
I think your like, pool noodle with a wooden dowel rod in the middle hurts less than the spears and swords that we're currently using. Simply because pool noodles do give a lot of give. If someone just pulls up with a regular pool noodle and just blacks, that would be crazy. And why does none of us... Why does no one
I did actually think about
that. How have we not gotten... How is somebody not, like, Indiana Jones to this with a whip?
Right?
I thought about if you're, like, getting an army of people, like, to take over Swunger Games, like, what you would do is get a bunch of pool noodles so you could have, like, you know, like, Roman legions.
Mm-hmm.
You can do so many things with a pool noodle.
You can.
You can make, like, a whip. You can make a shield out of pool noodles. Think about it.
Yeah. I feel like the pool noodle, it'd be unpredictable, too, because if you're just, like, waving it around, like, you don't know where it's gonna go.
It's gonna whack you.
Yeah.
Haley, what were you saying?
With my swords with the pool noodles, the reason they don't hurt very much is because the pool noodle... Oh, sorry. The pool noodle actually makes the sword super bouncy, so it bounces off of everything instead of, like, hitting something and hurting hard. Aside from, like, other people's foam weapons, like, I think it was Tiernan in the 4th game, he hit me with his foam sword, and he, like, whacked me on my bicep, and it bruised with a pure foam sword. And, like, my pool noodles don't really do that.
That's why we have a bruise channel.
Yeah. That is why we have a bruise and injury channel.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I am probably like the least like injured person out of anyone in Swunger Games. I think because I use exclusively ranged weapons, I've gotten on very scot-free off of getting like injuries.
Yeah. Ella took more damage from the ground than she did another tribute.
I took more damage from my own weapon than I did another tribute.
You just eat it off your bike so many times with the
Against me.
spear.
I can like still feel my knee pinching every time I think about it.
Oh.
Anyway,
What was the biggest plot twist from these games? Is our next thing. We've kind of covered
Fifth
this
games,
already.
right?
Yeah, fifth
Yeah.
games.
This is like
Honestly-
a hybrid 4th, 5th games episode.
This is the fifth games.
Should be 5th. 4th is later.
5.
5
Cinco.
de Mayo, de April.
April.
Anyway,
It is April 25th.
it is. Oh my gosh, that would be. But that would be 25.
25.
25 de abril.
Yeah, that one.
25. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Mama. My Spanish is bad. Okay.
I said yeah, just like one of my friends. Oh,
No, stop it.
I hated this. I hate this.
So, biggest plot twist is this. Yeah. Anyway, was probably Matthew and Kellen dropping out for me. And just the text message I got because I was standing on the horn steps right over there when I get this ping and I'm like, what? But I don't know. I feel like there weren't a whole lot of actual plot twists in this game. Cause
Yeah.
Just less people in
It
general.
was less people, so you kind of just knew how things would go based on the fact that we know each other.
Yeah, I was a little worried though that you were gonna actually, like go for the straight win and kill Matthew. And I was like, no, don't do that.
I could have,
You could have.
but I didn't want to.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think the biggest plot twist for me for this game was watching like the video that Autumn and Keldon made when they I guess killed each other by the lake. They uploaded yesterday because I'm used to shaky footage or people talking and just showing what's happening, and then they get this whole edited video of them being all sad and full on acting, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so sad.
Absolute cinema?
Absolute cinema.
Have
The
you all...
problem is I don't know how much of this I can reasonably upload to YouTube because Keldon goes by the lake and puts a Nerf gun to his head. I'm not sure if the YouTube guidelines would like an imagery like that.
Ooh, we'll
Well.
see.
Who knows?
That's crazy because, like I said before, the only amount of that video I've seen was 3 seconds of it, and all I got was those wedding videos that people do nowadays that are we're walking by the beach, and then it just zooms into this is when our wedding is, come attend, and it's the most cheesy thing you've seen ever.
Yeah.
That's the only part of the video I've seen. So I
I need to watch this video because what is this video? Oh no.
Yes.
so much catching up to do.
So much catching up to do.
Yes, current
It
events.
will be in the recap.
Gotta be honest, I would upload things into the OneDrive and then forget about them for the rest of eternity.
Like the eggs.
Like the eggs. I did like the eggs.
I like.
I did that and then promptly moved on with my life.
I'm kind of sad I didn't get to carry around an egg.
You can still carry around an egg, Ella.
I know I can.
We're not stopping you.
No one's stopping you.
No one puts Ella in a corner. I can go
If you
get an
want
egg from
something,
the
you have to go
DC.
get it.
I have to go get it.
Yeah, go to our fridge and get an egg from our fridge.
I still think it was hilarious that as soon as the challenge went out, when Mimi rushes out of her room, this is the first time I've seen her in the day. She
That's
woke
'cause
up
I
to
woke
do this.
I woke up 15 minutes prior.
And rummages through our fridge for an egg, and I'm like, what is going on? Granted, I was the one who made this challenge, so I knew it was happening, right? But I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I have an egg! And sets it down and starts wrapping it up in a tissue as clothing.
I made it a little clothing and I drew on it, and then the marker smeared because the egg was
bleeding.
The egg was like
sweating.
there was condensation. It was sweating because it just been in the fridge, and I just put it on the counter and just kept it out in the air for so long. And so then I redid the stripes like 3 times, and at one point I put my actual makeup on this egg. At one point I think I gave the egg blush, and then I redid some of the stripes with like an eyebrow pencil.
You also gave it a beard.
I didn't give it a beard. I gave it a liquid latex crepe hair beard because that's what I did that day. Was make beards for the theater production, which is currently going on, and tomorrow, which is Sunday the 26th at 2 p.m. is the last time you can see that show.
Yeah, it
Question,
is.
Mimi, was this egg hard boiled or was it
No.
just a raw egg?
It was a raw egg.
Just a raw egg. Did you eat it later?
I carried around a regular
All
raw egg all day.
You know
long.
those like
I took
junior
it-
high challenges that are like
took it
keep this
across
egg alive?
campus.
Yeah, don't eat that.
The
Don't eat
egg
it.
had an egg play date with Autumn's egg. They just hung out. They met so many people. That egg sat on my desk through a Tracy class. That egg met Tracy. I had
Nice.
so many questions. So many people were so invested in this. It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
I love that.
I don't know. People get really invested in what I'm doing sometimes.
You're a very fun person.
Okay, I try.
I can think of another plot twist for Swunger Games 5. This 5th Swunger Games is what happened to my poor friend Sean the sheep.
Oh, poor Sean.
Yeah,
That was so
after-
funny.
It was so funny. I'm just looking for the OneDrive videos, and Autumn's like, "Oh, them's made of sheep guts," and I'm like, "Wait, I have this like crocheted Sean the sheep on my desk. I know what I have to do." It was such a good bit. I'm like, "Oh, this is perfect."
So cute.
Who did this? Who killed this? What did you do to my friend Sean?
Not Sean.
Not Sean the sheep.
Oh,
R.I.P.
You know what's funny about that too, is that everyone thought she said them's made of sheep guts, but last night she said I actually said Ben's made of sheep guts. And I was
Wait,
like,
she did?
She said that last night. I don't
Oh.
know if she was just delusional last night, but or maybe I just heard her wrong. But she said that, and I thought it was so funny because
Wasn't
when
it
I
like-
was
I thought it's like harps used to be made out of sheep guts, but
Yeah.
not like that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
That's what
also
I
like my
thought.
profile
I
picture
was
in
so
Discord
shocked
is a
that
sheep.
she knew how to play the harp. Like,
Me
the
too.
harp is not what I think she would play, and the fact that she just had one.
Right?
Not everyone just has a harp. Not every harp player actually has their own harp.
Autumn is a very conundrum kind of person, especially when you meet her in Swunger Games, and you have to go through like the trauma of realizing she's a really cool person and not just like someone out to murder you.
Like, she's amazing, and
Yeah.
I love her to death, and she's such a great person. But also, what?
Wow.
Yeah, man. It has
Yeah.
been a journey becoming friends with her.
Yeah.
Anyway, what we at?
I was thinking there's something else I was gonna say about the Sean the sheep, but I'm like trying to remember.
Oh, Sean.
Poor Sean.
Did Sean ever get justice?
I think he did because like
Just
I
did.
put out a hit on Autumn, and then Autumn was planning to
Yeah.
fight people anyways. But you know
Yeah.
that's a canon in
She got
universe
murked.
justification. So you know, and I don't know. Capel does bring people back. So if Sean could come back,
CPR.
yeah.
Next on our agenda, in our 12 minutes we have left. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do we do in between the games, and who is staying and who is leaving?
Good question.
So I am not going to be here during the next games. Neither is, I don't
A lot of
think
people really.
Autumn or
Autumn.
Keldon are coming back for games. They might be around, but I doubt it.
I think Keldon still is here for another semester,
Yeah.
but
But
I don't
TBD
think
if
in the
they're
games.
going to be in the games.
yeah.
I'm leaving. Nick is leaving. Alicia, who was one of our tributes, is leaving.
I am leaving. I'm graduating.
Yeah.
Ah,
you're
boo,
leaving.
Ben.
By leaving, we mean graduating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Leaving is so dramatic. Like
The capital is executing them. Wait, no, banishing them. Get out.
yeah.
Who else? I think that's the main people.
I'll be here.
Yeah, Haley.
Haley,
It's
Haley will be here. Josiah will be here. Heidi, Ella.
Maybe I can be the first female Swaziland next year.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Murder your husband and take over.
I would never do that. I'm too in love, you know? But yeah, we have so many people leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is crazy because there was an email which suggested that Gunzu and his sister might be working on some kind of coup over for the capital. I was like, wait, should I be doing that?
We need more lore drama. I would love it if Gunzu and his sister were planning a rebellion. It'd be so funny.
Yes. You know, I was thinking, you know, Gunzu was once with the capital. He was the capital's super soldier, but he lost his position. So I don't know. Maybe he wants revenge. Who knows?
And it's not like any of us live near Taylor within an hour or something, because that'd be crazy if multiple people lived within an hour or two of Taylor and were graduating.
Yeah. I mean, 4 hours over here, which is, I don't know, I feel like that's justifiable for maybe like cornucopia. But also depends. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, so
no clue.
Who knows? If I'm in Michigan, then I might come over.
Next year, challenge, go to Ben's house. Go to Ben's house and find him. Drive 4 hours.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew drove 5 hours to find Lydia.
True.
That's awful. And he wasn't even the one driving.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we did. It was like, you know, 3 hour round trip for Taco Bell, so.
Yeah.
We need to get some underclassmen in these games because we're all like graduating and stuff. We gotta get other people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been thinking about that because we have so many people. Like, granted, right now our game makers and such are a junior, or juniors and sophomore, and like, well, we'll be seniors right next year, and seniors and a junior. But then once we're gone, what happens to the games? Like. As of right now, the backbone of the games is all people who are, like, graduating / close to graduating.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, Josiah and Heidi are still here, so we got the main game makers.
Well, Josiah's going to be a senior next year, and same with Ella, and Heidi is going to be a junior next year.
Yeah.
So after Heidi, I think Heidi's the youngest person involved in the games.
Yeah, I mean, Eli's a freshman, but, like, game makers, like, you know, actually, like, make the website run, so.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do without Josiah.
Yeah.
None of us, Heidi and I were talking the other day, and we're like, we have no idea how bleeding works. We have no idea how the website works.
I have no idea how it works. I'm, like, looking through the things, and I'm like, oh, I could probably, like, figure out this code. No, I can't. What is this code that he's doing for bleeding?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Haley.
Games because I didn't know how the website worked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, the bleeding is interesting, actually, because... So you bleed 1 point every 6 hours for the time that you're not using a med pack.
Mm-hmm.
So you bleed once every 6 hours. And I was like, or Heidi and I was talking, and I was like, surely he has it automated by now. Like, there's no way Josiah, who coded an entire website for Swunger Games, doesn't have something as tiny as bleeding automated. And so I was like, surely, right? And Heidi agreed with me. And then we text Josiah, and he was like, no, I haven't updated bleeding for today. And we're like, you do it manually? Because every tribute is bleeding at a different time, right? It's not like everyone has the same bleeding period. It's whenever you get hit. So everyone has a very different bleed time of 6 hours. And you're telling me he calculates that by hand every day? And, like, manually puts it in.
Like, that's crazy.
No. I can't. And maybe I misunderstood him. But, like, that's what Heidi and I think is crazy.
Yeah. Like, that's so wild. The things that we have automated that are just regular things that we don't even have to think about anymore. Versus the things that we actually have to calculate ourselves and do, it's such a wild mix.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the points are regulated except for bleeding and except for any, like, damage related. Like, any poison or anything. Any of that is not, like, automated.
Yeah.
But you still put a code in.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
And like, okay, so I became a game maker this semester, right? I had to learn how to make the codes and everything. It's such a stupidly simple, even though it's a little confusing at first, but it's so stupidly simple that I'm like, Josiah, gosh, what coding did you do to like? It's literally all I had to do was like code, item, and then like, what was this for? It's like filling out a form almost.
Yeah.
Like, this is so weirdly easy, but Josiah, coded the whole thing to make it that easy, and then, oh my gosh, the
Doesn't
dashboard.
make it easy on himself.
I don't know.
One funny thing about the website, I'm trying not to bring this back to Fourth Games, but that was like the majority of Gunzu contents. But during the Fourth Games, every once in a while when I submitted hits, the website would like break and show everyone's health.
I remember this.
And
Right.
I was like, oh, so I made I already
Heidi's
had.
joined.
Oh, hey, Heidi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'd already made a spreadsheet called Very Normal Behavior where I was tracking like detailed information on every tribute
I think
in
it's
their
so
classes.
funny that you had my entire class schedule or whatever, or
I
like
don't think
the
it was
times when I
that
was in
much.
class for every day. It was just like, I know Ella is in class for these periods of hours because that's what I had told the WTOR staff.
Yes, I did. That was how I got that. I was like, hey, I'm gonna so let me scroll up into the W2R group me.
I wish I had thought of that.
Although I only knew like when you were busy. I didn't know what classes you were in. So I weirdly enough, I figured out most of Matthew's class schedule because what I did is I went to all my Broho friends and I had a gallery album on my phone which was just like screenshots of everyone from the website, so like name in the the picture, and like, hey, are you in classes with any of these people?
That's
And you're like,
crazy.
scroll,
Psychopathic.
scroll. Like,
You put
look,
so much more effort into this than we thought.
if you know your enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Oh my, I feel like at some point I need to read this book because I've never even touched it.
Go read The Art of War.
Yeah, so, and I
Give it to
I guess
you.
I have a few engineering friends because they're like, oh, no, I'm in a class with him at this time and this time. So I had like 2 other classes. Now, Matthew ended up getting out early because like everyone conspired to kill him. The Anti-Foso Alliance plus the
My bad.
Mutts all took him out. He was too dangerous to be left alive. And even if that hadn't succeeded, I knew 2 other classes before the final battle he was in. So, like, it was unknown, but Anti-Foso Alliance was prepared to take this man down.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace. Although he got to win the next games through,
my loyal
because I wasn't
boys.
around, I guess. I don't know. Then again, like, the first time we fought, I ran away because I didn't have a sword, and he did, so... Yeah, that was the one time Gunzu didn't work out, but I was able to,
Yeah.
like, I'd set up
Is
my
that
bike to, like, be
hard?
pointed outwards out of the door, so, like, I basically got a shot off, he started hitting me, and I just kind of ran and then kicked up the kickstand on my bike, and I was, like, out of there.
I can't believe the amount of escapes you got on your bike because
It's been bikes.
it's terrifying trying to.
That's an underrated part of my strategy, is going everywhere twice as fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get on a bike when you're holding a weapon. I think
But
it's
then I could just,
easier
like-
with a gun,
Yeah.
but like I would use my bike if I didn't have the spear. But like
Yeah.
it's
I really
terrifying.
wish the video, one of my favorite videos of the of Fourth Swunger Games was the one where like Nick is like, he shot me, I want him dead.
Yeah. You go,
I
"My
rage-
interaction.
Yeah. Interaction. So like I really wish that video showed how fast I booked it out of there, because I just like snuck out, kicked up the kickstand, I was like gone. I was like across the Horn parking lot in like seconds.
In not your videos, but like other people's videos, you can see the camera on Nick, and then flashes over to you, and you're like in the parking lot. And Nick's like, "Hey!"
It's so funny. I like made a clip of it. I've got it on my phone because it's just incredible.
It's so funny.
Yeah. I rage baited Nick so often. I mean, that
Yeah.
shot Nick a bunch during J term.
I'm
Interaction.
so impressed with how fast I beat Nick in that challenge.
Me too.
The fighting challenge, granted,
He was fighting with
he was fighting with his left hand, and he's
Yeah.
right-handed. But also, I was 2 up on him. Like, I had almost gotten 3 with none of his hits.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe it's because we've done a lot of sword training together in the past.
It's possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
But we are near the end of our time,
Yes.
unfortunately. Does anyone have any final thoughts about the 5th games that they would like to share?
I'm just so glad Matthew won.
Yeah.
I think it would have been awful if he hadn't.
He had to have.
He had to.
For
Poor
both
guy.
lore and dignity, he had to have
Yeah.
won.
He just had to.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine if Autumn had won, or even if you had won. Like, I love you.
I was not going to win.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to win.
I got a little worried when you guys were calculating points yesterday. And I was like, I really need Mimi just to be dead. I'm so sorry, but I'm rooting for Matthew, and I have been, and it has to be Matthew, even though I want Mimi to do good.
I was actively fighting against him, but I was also rooting for him to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needed to win. As the Canary, as the guy who has, like, set up every major downfall of the games, and, like,
He had to have won.
he had to win at some point, especially on his last games as a tribute.
Yeah.
Like, if he had gone 4 games and not won,
No one
4 or 5 games, it was bad. Like, last games, I was getting antsy because I had been in so many games and not gotten to, like, win, right? I can't. And then I felt so bad betraying him.
Swunger Games is scripted.
All is
confirmed.
fair in love and Swunger Games.
It's a little biased.
Biased.
I'll admit I was a little biased. I didn't actually do anything that was, like, attributed to that bias, except for telling Matthew last night that Rupp wasn't safe. I was like, boys, why are you standing outside? Rupp isn't safe. So funny. And Matthew was like, last we checked, our door handle's safe. And Josiah and I look at each other, I'm like, that door is locked. So it's like, Mimi's not getting into a safe zone. So theoretically, and door handles aren't even, like, safe to begin with, right? It's like...
Which I think we all forget, and we just kind of assume that any door to any safe zone is automatically safe forever.
Yeah. It's more like door frame, if anything. Like, if you're going to say, like, you know, right? But that's after you've been in the safe zone.
Yeah.
Because then you've been in it, and you're just like, you know, anyway. But yeah.
Either way, yeah.
Go, Matthew. We're so glad you won.
Woo. All right.
Any last words from our people on the phone?
No, it was a good game. I loved seeing it. I loved editing for it, and can't wait to come back on campus next semester and do it again. Only this time I'll be in person.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm not thinking of much. I guess I don't know. It's interesting with the Swesident how that could work if that's going to change, because if I'm rage bidding Nick all the time and I'm Alistair, does that make Nick Vox?
Yes.
And also,
Very
Nick
much.
in charge, new despot. So
True.
I don't know. There's a case to be made here. So I guess I got to get captured now.
Gotta get
I
captured.
don't know how
tied to a
this is
chair.
gonna work.
Tie that man to that spinny chair.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spin. I've been authentically spinning around this entire podcast. So
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, 4th games, like, I was allied with Ella for most of it. I served her faithfully for an age. I obeyed demands, contained my rage, and Ella tried to ambush me during my radio show, so I went off the air.
I did not.
On her behalf. Yeah, unsuccessfly, because I recorded it in advance, and my co-host specifically saw you outside the window.
I was trying to ambush tributes who thought that they could ambush you.
I was
very
sure,
loyal.
yeah. Oh, I'm so scared of Ben in the finale, but I was there to not ambush you. I was there to ambush your ambushers. Okay, I mean, I don't know.
It's almost like radio shows are supposed to be live, Ben.
Crazy.
It was
Speaking
so
of, Swunger
funny.
Games is coming to you live right now.
Heidi and Nick saw, like, my co-host Nick and I, like, walking into the building at midnight the night before. And I was like, oh, hi. And it was like, hi. And it's like, and then we spent, like, an hour, like, recording the show, and then we spent, like, an hour trying to figure out how, like, the counter ambush would work. But it didn't work because, like, Nick was like, I think I see someone, and then I stayed in because we had, like, a very elaborate plan set up. I need to clarify. There's a Nick Bragg, my co-host on the radio show, not the Nick Swesident.
Yes,
But,
yes.
yeah, it was a great time. You know, that's like one of the what if that counter ambush had worked, because I was planning to shoot anyone on sight.
And
but
who knows? And we can talk more about this.
I will. There's the fourth.
When we talk about the fourth games next
on
week.
the actual episode
Next
where we
week.
talk about the fourth games.
We can loop back to the
I
games
think we're
we
next
missed.
week is the fourth games.
That'll
So
probably be it.
come back next week for
I've got
the fourth
stories.
games recap, in which Chaos, and you'll hear us all yap more about the last chaotic games where we had like an excess amount of tributes.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It
So
was
many people
incredible.
to manipulate into dying.
Oh, gorgeous. Alrighty, but thank you
Yep.
for listening this week. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and may the swallows be ever in your favor.
Caca.
Bye.